Hello and welcome back to my wonderful channel. I think it's been about 2 months now and I have not uploaded a video. I have not uploaded anything for a pretty long time. Where have I been? What have I been doing? Everything is so much easier in the head when you're thinking about like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. Yep, and it's gonna go swell. But then when I sit down and I do it, it's like, oh no, I don't think I can really focus on one topic at a time. But I guess I'm kind of back with what I'm doing, and I think I'm going to try and put more energy towards making videos and recording again, but I'm not really quite sure. I don't know, there's like no energy going on in my brain, and I don't know if writing any of this down and going off of it through a script would be easier, but I just really don't want to. Mostly because I feel like it's just so much more difficult. Alright, but I think I'm cutting way too far into other things. So, where have I been and what have I been doing? I've been in a mentorship for the past 8 months. I quit my job. I have ADHD. I've been furthering my therapy, and now I am in EMDR training. And I have a new job now. Goodness gracious. I haven't really been drawing all that much. I've been sketching here and there on paper, traditional, but nothing too crazy. I just haven't found really, I don't know, a lack of motivation. Even though recently I've been looking at different things and taking in different information, and people telling me that motivation is unreliable. So how do I focus on what I want to do? What do I want to do? I don't know. That's how I'm feeling, honestly. And head stuff. Lots of head stuff. And staying inside too much. And going on walks. Exercising. My exercising journey so far. Working on different projects. And just, yeah, I don't know. I feel like sketching is pretty good. Opening up an Etsy shop. Learning how to sell myself. Which is degrading in some ways, but no one seems to know or understand when I say stuff like that, at least in my regular life, which is mostly just family. So, I mean, what are you gonna do besides just go through with it? But that's a slow start. That's like something like brand new that I've been doing. I've been going to concerts. I think I'm going to Alaska. I think I may be going to Chile. And yeah, I don't know. And it's summer, so that's pretty good overall. At least I would say so. I don't really know. I've been going on a lot of dates and meeting a lot of interesting people, really learning what it means to be non-binary, reading a lot of books about politics and revolutionizing my brain in a healthy manner, and learning about our history and different, I guess this is kind of like off topic, but learning how to create different things in different mediums, learning about witchcraft, learning about alchemy. Yeah, and my newest thing now is I think I want to start a project car. I'm really working on my hobbies. I play bass on my free time, which has been a lot now. So, and I'm just throwing everything out there just because I know I won't be able to stay focused on one thing when I'm talking. And so I thought this was the best thing that I could do overall. Really working on like communicating and really focusing on like those silent, long pauses a lot more, so I don't fill the empty air and just let the air be empty. Thinking about that a lot. There's just a lot of focus on a lot of different things. Dealing with ADHD, having ADHD, not having ADHD, undiagnosed, unmedicated, that's life. That's my life right now. So, mentorship. I've been trying to push myself to go out more. I've been working on going to different community events through this mentorship, and trying my best to meet new people, even outside of this mentorship, just to connect better with people and to try and really push myself out of my comfort zone to make myself feel more comfortable, make myself feel more uncomfortable, somewhere in between that, I think. And I think it's been going pretty okay. I think it's definitely petering out because it's been 6 months since I've been doing this mentorship, and I haven't really been able to see my mentor or talk to my mentor in like a few months, which is kind of a bummer. In some cases, I don't know how to really feel about that in general. It really sucks to, I don't know, really want to focus on try and be a designer, but at the same time not really have that many design people in my life and not know where to go with it, and kind of just being in my own head about it. And it really sucks. But the conversations that we do have are pretty nice overall, I would say. With the time that I did get to meet them a lot, and I think I made a pretty good connection overall with the person, which is really swell with me. I think even after this mentorship is over, there may be a chance that they still remember me. I think I have unattainable goals a lot of the time, and I'm trying to leap. In an allegory that I think about physically in my mind is jumping or climbing a mountain, and instead of doing those small little grabs that you could do, I don't mountain climb, by the way, I would rather just leap to the next rock and use my weight to push my momentum forward as fast and as quick as possible, which ends up making me fall and end up on the ground, which really sucks, but that's kind of life. So I need to learn how to slow down. That's what I've been trying to do. It's what I've been trying to do in my day-to-day, and just kind of accept that I will not get to where I entirely want to be on a given moment of time, because that's just not how it works. In a short matter of time, I kind of lost concentration for a second on what I was saying, and a part of me, I think, really hates that because of all the work that I did put in my earlier 20s, and not seeing that flourish immediately really upsets me, especially as I get older, which I guess is another thing too to talk about, is my age and turning 28. That's a big thing for me, which I think a lot of people, at least from what I take in from social media, that's how a lot of people feel and think. So that's really great, you know. But overall, the positives, and my favorite things, the positives and the negatives, and focusing on all the positive things that have happened in this year alone. I think really the good things that came out of the mentorship so far is really pushing myself to go to these events and see all these people, and just seeing where different walks of life lead. I have a big comparison. I compare myself too much to other people and where I am to where they are, and it can be very upsetting in some cases. And so these events, I guess, kind of put it into perspective. It really puts it out into perspective, like all of these younger people. I think at a year's time, I definitely would have thought, oh, they have more internships than I do. They've done all this work already, and they're only 23 and I'm 25. Like, that's a big difference between 2 years apart from one another, and what we've experienced, and all of the people that I've had to listen to about going abroad or going to college abroad. You know, the one thing that was like really exciting for me at the beginning of my, I guess, college career was the fact that I was just moving out of my own state. Like, to me, that was a big deal. And to a lot of other people, that was a big deal. And then going straight to a different place, another person goes and talks about going abroad. Like, why haven't you gone abroad to a college? Why haven't you gone to a different school abroad? That's where you need. That's what you need to do. And it's like, while other people are still in my own hometown, some people I don't like, and just other people in general who haven't even gotten to really experience college outside of their own state, and some people that haven't even gone to college and yet they've moved to a different state, and it's like that's the biggest thing for them to have ever done, and it's a great experience. And I don't know, I guess a part of me does feel like, oh, okay, I should have went abroad for college. That's what I should have done. And it's like, no, not really. No, I think I'm all right. I think I'm okay overall. I when I tell people that I've went to a different state altogether, millions of miles away, it usually can go, oh wow, why'd you come back here? Why'd you go there? Or it's like, oh, okay. And I feel like, I mean, what's really the difference if I tell somebody I went to Germany? Probably they'll feel a little bit like me and just get pissed off almost entirely. Or they just will go, wow, that's cool. So yeah, that's small little things that I deal with in my own brain when somebody shares something with me. And it's not kind. It's not kind. But it's also annoying when it's the same, when it's when you got to hear this from like all the kids that are middle class. But I'm not going to get into that because I complain too much, even though I am middle class as well. I just don't see the money as much, but I'm still in a relaxing state, so I'm still going to complain. Who cares? But the really positive thing that has come to like seeing other people and seeing how I compare myself to other people and really like controlling that, or not really controlling, but just realizing that it's happening. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want to feel like this. And then it usually stops, or I start focusing on something else to make it less obvious or go off as much in my brain. And it's been super helpful. And the other positive thing is like meeting other people that are in a similar case of mine, or just where they are, I find fascinating now. Like that's it has stopped becoming about comparing. See, I'm trying to catch up to where I am in the present moment now, while also talking about how I am in the past. But now it's more of less comparing and more being interested in knowing where other people are, and knowing like what they're doing is super interesting to me. Just like what someone's working at and what they're trying to make, because there's so many of us and we're all trying to survive and do what we want to do and change to who we want to be. And because there's so many of us, we really won't experience all of those people and what they're trying to do. And that's what I'm really trying to hold on to now in what in how I feel and act and think when I see other people and what they're doing. And it's been really helpful. There are amazing people out there doing amazing things every single day and putting their life on the line, and it's very inspiring. It also makes me depressed because I'm not doing that, and it feels like, oh well, I talk a big game about revolutionizing myself and learning about all of the misdeeds that have been done in this country, and yet I still just sit here and not do anything. But I do my best not to overcomplicate that and ruin my day to the best of my ability. I just take in the fact, and I do my best not to take for granted the amazing people that do put in a lot of the work for that type of stuff. And it's been super cool meeting those types of people. A lot of those individuals are very kind, and it's just nice. I think besides connecting with other people, I'm really trying to build a community that I can trust and communicate, that's like they don't hate me, or they're actually interested in what I'm doing or who I am as a person. And yeah, that's what I'm really working on, especially just with my mentor, and seeing where he is in his life as well has been very amazing, just to see like all of the great things that he's doing, and getting to talk to a professional graphic designer is, I don't know, it's like everything that I didn't have figured out back in like 2023, of like what am I doing, who am I, and is this even gonna work out. It's like you really just have to let the process take over and do your best to hang in there, and it'll work. Like, I never would have imagined that I would be meeting with somebody every other week, or just outright just be talking to somebody who has worked with, I don't know, like Adidas, Nike, shoe brands, Lowe's, movie brands, you know, big company names that I could only imagine even like barely being around. And you know, it's not me doing it necessarily, but like just knowing about it is pretty exciting to me. I'm trying to take the best parts out of learning all of this stuff, and just learning new stuff in general has been incredibly great, and I really need to get back into that type of stuff. And I think besides how great my mentor is, I think it's all the other older individuals as well that I get to meet, and just realize how similar we all are from one another, just like how we're trying to survive. You know, I always think about the big names, the people that really made it, the 1%, and I realize how unobtainable that is, and whether or not I would have really have wanted it, or if I ever would want it. Talking to somebody from my old job, I asked, did you ever think about being famous as a child? And he responded, why would you ever want that insanity and uncomfortableness in your life of just being known by so many people, when you can be a nobody and do whatever you want? And honestly, I never really thought about that in my 8-year-old life, wearing my triple XL Britney Spears shirt, watching, I guess, the Golden Globes or the Oscars. I thought, like, this is it, right? This is what we're all shooting for. But in actuality, I'm just like, I don't really think it's what I want, if it was ever anything I ever wanted. And that's where this mentorship thing, I guess, really helped out with. Where I got to take part in a peer review for younger children, or I don't know, college grade level students that were or are just graduating and are going out into the field now. Not even them, but just seeing all of the people and what they were and who they were, that's where it became oh wow, we're really all kind of the same. And it's kind of scary because the students don't notice this, because they just see a bunch of adults who have possibly made it. Except me, though. I was in the crowd, or I guess I was sitting down, and I mean, I looked professional, but it's really funny how much the clothes make the person. So if you show up and you're just wearing a white t-shirt, I mean, some of them were, and I knew that they were 2D designers, or they were 2D animators, or just 3D animators and stuff like that. I don't know what it is with animators, but they just always have like a white t-shirt, and I think like some corduroy jeans or whatever, and some denim jeans, and like maybe a pair of like black and white sneakers, off brand. Who knows? It's really funny. At least the male adjacent animators, I guess. There are some interesting people though. I wish I talked to more of them, but I'm a coward and a little scaredy cat. So I didn't really talk to as many people as I probably should have. But hey, you know, I take it with a grain of salt because at least I showed up. But for the people that I did talk to, it was all like, wow, this is insane of like how many students there are and how many people are just trying to make it and survive. And they're like, yeah, isn't it nuts? I have no clue what I'm doing. And it's just like this person who is probably 30, 35, they've lived a much longer life than me, is still like, yeah, I don't know what I'm really doing. I'm just trying my best. And it's like, yeah, I guess that's really all we can do. And it makes a lot of things easier to deal with and realize like, oh yeah, I don't think it's really all that scary in general, because if the older people don't know what anyone is doing or what they're doing, it just makes everything easier, to me at least. I don't know. And I think that's really been helping with like my fear as well in going to these events. I don't think I've ever would have done this stuff like 3 years ago. And I think I've gone to my most events this year, this summer, and just really getting out there and doing the best that I can. And peer reviewing is crazy. Like, getting off of talking about the actual professionals and what they're doing, all of the students, it's crazy seeing like younger people's work and really being like, oh wow, they have like a lot of skill, while also being like, oh wow, they're like doing what I was doing, but at a much better pace from what I can see from their work. And it's insane. And it really makes me go like, oh shit, I need to put more work out there. I need to start working more. And it's really cool. It's a really nice energizer, I guess. But it also sucks seeing people who are very much like not there, and their talents are either non-existent or are very lower, I guess, to put it in the most harshest way I can. It really sucks, but also I feel like, you know, everyone has their own path in what they're doing, and at least for me, it makes me think like, at least I know I'm in the right path of what I chose, of like, this is all I know that I enjoy doing. Maybe not necessarily in this field, but art and creativity is where I've always shined. And seeing other people who probably have similar mindsets, but they're just not creatively inclined, I guess, or it just seems like they don't show enough effort. Whereas when I was their age, I would be like, am I doing enough? Am I staying up late enough? Am I putting in enough hours? Do I deserve to enjoy myself at this party when I could be working and creating something? It's just nice to see that there are, I don't know how to put this without being mean, but it's nice to see that some people they're probably not going to be in this field. And I think that's a perfectly fine thing, because it just means that there's something out there for them that they're going to find. I more than hope and pray, and they're going to fit really well into it, and it's going to be great. Or something really great happens, because I mean, it's happened to me too, where they start to pick up on their work and something clicks. Because I mean, I've been in that boat as well, where I'm lost for what I want to do. I mean, I'm in it right now again, just in a different way than past times, where it's mostly just like, I guess, finding a way to do work when I don't want to, or I just feel too down to do it. But maybe they'll, you know, I don't know. I'm I'm doing my best to sound positive and not be rude to people, because they think that this is what they want to do, so why shit on their dreams? I will say though, all of the kids that I did talk to and help out were very incredible. There were definitely some savants, and not even just in graphic design or designing, just in their artwork and their creativity. And I can tell, like, even for them, with the work that they showed in their portfolio, I don't think that they're going to really be designers. I think they're going to become something even greater than that in their own private life, and they're going to be able to experience, and they're going to be able to experience other people, and other people are going to be able to experience them, and it's going to be really incredible for them, and an awesome time in their life. For like an example, there was like one person that showed up with like a portfolio of different, like, I don't know, like household objects designs, and they actually recreated those household objects, like paint thinner and stuff, and they also shared their 3D, or they showed their, I don't know what it's called, their 3D work, or not 3D, they're like furniture design or furniture work that they do. It was their furniture work and their sculpting or something. I forget, my mind's blanking on it, but they were really talented with that, and it was just like, wow, that's really cool. And they're like, yeah, this is like what I really want to do. Like, graphic design is definitely a thing that I want to take part in, but I would really like to do like I would really like to focus on modeling and prototyping stuff. And it's like, oh wow, and they had like really amazing stuff. And then there was like more creative sides where I definitely felt the connection towards Pinterest and Kel Lauren and Kelliot and stuff like that, where it was like Instagram designer, Pinterest Instagram designer. And I just think it's like a niche. It's really just a niche, but they're doing it, and it was really cool. And I really liked everything that they were doing. I love indie underground art, especially when it's meant for like bands and music, especially, and just posters for like, I guess, movies and stuff. It's really nice. I don't know. To me, I like the grungy aspect of it all, the early 2000s skater grunge stuff, just the black and one color ink, black ink with like a pink background or something like that, and the image is completely blown out, like something like that as an example. And that was my mentorship, basically. I've been meeting with my mentor here and there a few times, mostly online. That's where my gripes really are, but that's, I think, just life in general now, and that's really upsetting. It's incredible how much Zoom or COVID has ruined a lot of parts of life that were different, and Zoom has like taken over. And I understand that meetings are now easier, and I understand also that jobs are mostly just meetings because there's actually no real work, because everything is fake and pretend. But it's